Your favorite fat boys.
What's up, everybody? It's your favorite fat boy, Jerron.
Stefan, aka Mayhem, aka the first black superhero, aka Media Man.
Not Media Man. Not Media Man. Don't you say nothing bad about Robert Townsend. Don't you dare.
All right, today we're going to come back with some more hero talk. So we just recently saw X-Men Days of Future Past, so we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about... No, I'm sorry, not Days of Future Past, but Dark Phoenix. And so we're going to talk about Dark Phoenix. We're going to talk about the X-Men franchise as a whole, because you know how we love our superheroes here. Mm-hmm. And we're going to talk about movies that are so bad that they're good. I mean, just terrible from all standpoints, but if you can just sit and watch and enjoy.
Right. And, you know, your cult classes are our cult classes as well.
So let's get into it. X-Men Dark Phoenix, the final movie, well, supposedly the final movie. There's still New Mutants, but that probably won't be released.
Nah.
Of the Fox X-Men franchise. What's your thoughts?
Underwhelming. I was not expecting much because I seen all the X-Men movies in theaters, and with the last one, Apocalypse, it was like meh. And so when I saw this coming out, I was like, oh, okay. And then they had so many reshoots, they had a lot of problems, pushbacks, because they're supposed to come out in 2018. Then they said no, it's come out in February. Then they said no, it's come out in June. So I missed like the first 15 minutes of the movie anyway.
You did.
Yeah. So
and you ain't missed nothing.
Yeah. So when I was in there, I was like, okay, like the scenes were cool, like the them going to space was cool and everything. The train scene was decent.
Yeah, they had a couple of good set pieces.
Yeah, but it's just like when they killed Mystique, I ain't feel nothing.
Yeah, but the story as a whole was just made absolutely no sense. The conflict between Mystique and Charles Xavier made absolutely no sense. It seemed completely forced. And Jennifer Lawrence, as always, was just phoning it the fuck in. She obviously didn't want to be there. I mean, it was so obvious that they made sure that they didn't keep her in any goddamn makeup for any amount of time. She said,
no.
Fuck all that.
No. Yeah, it just was overwhelming. They were trying to like tie a lot of loose ends, and it just wasn't there. Like they've been doing these movies since 2000, so an 18 year span,
almost 20 years,
just as long, or no, half the time as Avengers, and
twice,
and you just don't feel. I ain't feel nothing, you know. I was like, okay, you know.
I mean, that's because they keep rebooting their universe,
and they keep retooling Dark Phoenix, because if you think about Apocalypse, like at the end of that big fight scene, the Dark Phoenix emerged from her. So she goes.
The Dark Phoenix, just the Phoenix Force. Well, at least something that looked like the Phoenix Force.
Right. And then she goes into space, and then it
they
absorbs.
completely negate it.
Right. So it's like, what was that in Apocalypse then? What is this now above me that I get hit by?
And the fact that, at least for these last few franchises, they keep doing period pieces, and they keep doing 10-year jumps. If this movie, I didn't even know what time period it took place in. Supposedly took place in the 90s, but I could not fucking tell.
Yeah, you can't tell. There's nothing that tells you, oh, this is set in the 1990s.
And the fact that it's supposed to take place 10 years, after Apocalypse, and none of these people have aged. Nothing has changed with these characters. And so these 10-year jumps made absolutely no sense. The movie made absolutely no sense from a story perspective. The Phoenix Force, there was no explanation for it.
No.
Just, the random alien chick coming up and saying that this force has destroyed everything it's come in contact with except for you. But at the end of the movie, she ends up taking the power from her, half the power from her for reasons
unknown.
Even though, apparently this force would destroy everything that it came in contact with except for Jean Grey. So, in my opinion, the movie was fucking horrible.
Yeah, it was bad. And I hate to compare it to Avengers, but I think that's probably like the only franchise, superhero wise, that's had a long run, one of movies in a long run in years, and they just kind of Fox was like just dropped the ball all the way through.
Yeah,
and through.
I mean, they were throwing darts at the wall and hoping something would stick.
Nah,
and this wasn't it. I mean, even from a financial standpoint, the movie's going to end up losing like between $100 and $150 million.
Yeah, because I think the opening weekend did like 30 to 40 million.
Yeah.
So
I mean, and that was like worldwide.
Yep. So X-Men. Oh, I'm sorry, Fox. Y'all fucked up.
I mean, granted, they can't fuck up anymore.
No, because thankfully,
Disney has those properties back.
Yeah, so we'll see Fantastic Four. We'll see the X-Men and all the missing characters that Disney could have used all over the last so many years, but they may do so, and now they get to use
in a compelling story wise that has somebody who wants to tell a cohesive story, because Fox damn sure didn't.
No, even with them doing Deadpool, like that's still in the Wolverine movies. They could have all intertwined this all together somehow, but they chose not to. So it's definitely a letdown because. I like the X-Men stories. I love the X-Men cartoon growing up as a kid. I had X-Men toys, so when they brought the movie out.
X-Men was life.
Yes, all life. So I was all for the X-Men. So the first one was decent.
I mean, I still have a lot of gripes with the first one, but as an introduction to the characters,
yeah, it's okay. It doesn't age well.
No, not at all.
It's hard to watch nowadays, but it was decent. X2 was great.
Yes, it was.
X3 was a letdown.
Huge.
First Class, a lot of people liked.
I did not.
I didn't. It was okay.
I had no love for First Class, and I'm still so pissed off about the fact that they killed Darwin off as the first person who got to die. Why they got to kill Darwin?
Right.
The one black mutant who mutant ability is to evolve to survive any situation, but yet they killed him.
Right, and it's like I can understand something greater than he got adapt to. Killed him, but it was his energy. He can adapt to that.
Yeah.
So,
God damn it.
I mean, one thing about First Class, I like they introduce characters that you haven't seen before, but then they don't never flesh them out. So it's like, what's the point? You must have 2 or 3 people.
Right, what is it? The chick with the wings, Angel, I believe was the mutant, and she had the butterfly wings.
Yeah, that was Zoe Kravitz. Yeah,
Zoe Kravitz, who got no kind of explanation. They just found her in the strip club, and then that was the end of it. And then she turned out to be, one on the bad team.
But then got killed in Days of Future Past.
Yeah, off screen. Quite a few of the mutants did.
Yeah, because I remember the rollout for Days of Future Past. They had when they had their website, you can go there and see what happened to a lot of S-Men before Days of Future Past as it came out. I mean, they died, but it's like they had little stories to them.
I mean, if I gotta read supplementary material so I can get your movie, I'm not gonna get your movie.
So, and then, what else? Days of Future Past was out of, how many movies is it? X-Men, X2, Last Stand,
they had
First Class.
Just a ton of movies.
Right. Days of Future Past is the second best one.
Yeah, in terms of at least, I won't say cohesive story, but something that I could be interested in, yeah, if you don't think about it too hard.
If you don't, because I enjoyed it if I did not think about how the hell they got back in time.
Right, yeah, the going back into the time, how the hell did Magneto take over the Sentinels? Because last time I checked, putting metal into a plastic machine does not make you change its operating system.
Well, he did. He just put a SIM card in there.
Oh, is that what it was?
That's what he did.
The fuck?
That's what he did. He's ahead of his time. You didn't see that as took on the editing.
Oh, yeah, that's what it was. It was one of those things that was cut like the rest of the story.
I mean, they did give him they gave. It was a big budget. They flexed his powers. He was a bad guy. I think that's the best performance he had in all the movies.
And I hate the fact that because how big Jennifer Lawrence got, they started to center the movies around her. Mm-hmm. and they kept centering the movies around Hugh Jackman because Wolverine was the most popular character and Hugh Jackman was the embodiment of it for the time. But then like Jennifer Lawrence was so big, they kept centering things around her. Like Days of Future Past was centered around her for reasons.
I hate how they turned her character into so much of a anti-hero, and it's like she's not. Like she needs to be a villain.
Right. She's been a villain in the comic book. She can be an anti-hero. But she was just more of just a hero, and they gave her a connection with Charles Xavier that didn't need to exist.
Right.
She became his adopted sister for reasons.
I was like, I don't like this part of it. I didn't like that part of their relationship. And then in Dark Phoenix, it was like, you could tell that they had some animosity, but it's like, where they come from?
Exactly. Well, it came in the 10 years that we didn't get to see because these movies keep doing time jumps. So all of those, all that time where these explanations could have come about, and then that throwaway line, we should call it X-Women, that was so dumb. It made no sense.
Nah,
I don't even want to gripe on it because of how dumb it was, but it was so forced and it made absolutely no sense. Yeah. And just again, Jennifer Lawrence was just fucking phoning it in. Yeah, I feel like she's been phoning it in all of the movies.
Well, I'm not a fan of Hunger Games. I'm not. I mean, it's cool, but like I don't know, like it didn't. It's not for me. I don't think it's not my cup of tea. So, but the X-Men, as a franchise overall, it did not live up to what it could have been. I mean, a lot of people praised the Wolverine, Logan.
I did not like either.
I watched Wolverine not too long ago. I rewatched it and I was like trying to understand it again, and I was like, I understand the creative point they want to take Wolverine, but it was like, why not have a movie that was they made him so standalone, but why not have him connected to the universe in some better way?
Because I guess they just kind of realized that he's the most popular character, so they just like, fuck it, we're gonna do our own thing with him.
Yeah,
but I'm sorry, Logan. 30% of the movies you watch on Wolverine, wake the fuck up. I'm like, what the hell is this?
He's old.
I'm sorry. When the action happened, the action was good, but most of that movie was just fucking boring.
A lot of people liked it, but it wasn't like. It wasn't up there for me.
So much of the story was just throwaway. Like apparently no mutants are being born, so they just got a 2-minute blurb of the guy saying, "Yeah, I cured the mutant gene. I put it in the water in the corn or whatever."
Yeah.
You're like, what the fuck? Okay, that's it. No explanation of how Wolverine was able to, withstand Professor Xavier's psychic powers.
Yeah, because
everybody else is being frozen in time, but Wolverine can still move. Why?
He got new power. He's losing his healing factor, but he getting a new power to move through time. That's a bad man.
Yo, it was because
the director, I read an excerpt. The director said that he was going to put the scene in when the X-Men actually died, but he did not want that to be the focus of the film. But I'm like, that would have made sense.
It would have been a better film.
Because like you had them there, and especially start the film off with them all wherever all around wherever like that. Then he has an aneurysm, and it causes them to die. That makes sense to why there are no more mutants or what the X-Men actually are. So
yeah. I mean, everything was just a throwaway explanation. I guess they wanted to kind of make it like The Road, that story in that movie where just an old grizzled warrior traveling with a young kid and trying to understand each other. I get it, but it just didn't captivate me.
Nah, and then the Reavers in that movie was a letdown too because it's
like completely throwaway.
I was like, I wanted the dude on the damn his legs were army tank. The wheels like that.
And instead of giving Wolverine some legitimate enemy he could fight, they made him fight a younger version of himself.
That's why I hate. I hate that. That was like that to me was a throwback to the 90s movies when you got your enemy is someone like you're like double team.
Yeah.
It was like like I love Jean-Claude Van Damme movies, but I was like, really? It's so many other villains in his gallery they could have chose from, and they decided to go that route. It was definitely disappointing there.
Yeah. So, I mean, a lot of people will praise Logan. I mean, it made a shit ton of money, but I did not like it.
And it's made a lot of money for an R-rated movie, which gave it, actually it was Deadpool that gave it that push to go R-rated, and they also took
because how do you make a movie, like look at the Wolverine, how do you make a movie where a guy with goddamn metal claws is stabbing people when there's no blood? That's just the weirdest shit in the world.
Yeah. So the action was up there, but it wasn't good.
Yeah, like I said, I didn't enjoy it. And so as a whole, I have not really enjoyed the X-Men franchise. At least the hopes that came with X1 and X2, because again, I still have my reservations about the first X-Men, especially when they introduced Wolverine and him and Sabretooth had absolutely no knowledge of each other.
Yeah.
And then they tried to make some type of explanation in an X-Men Wolverine's origins. I'm not even going to talk about that shit.
No, we're not going to talk about that because that fucks up a lot of things and a lot of characters.
Yeah, and the fact that they just keep rewriting their timeline every fucking time.
Absolutely. And then I think the only thing that came out this good was the Deadpool movies.
Yeah, so those are part of the X-Men franchise, and those have been the best of the movies.
Yeah, because Ryan Reynolds got a hold of it, and he took control of that, and they did the character very well.
Yeah, they had that leak of what Deadpool was supposed to be. They did that shit on purpose, and the fan reaction was, make this fucking movie.
Yeah, because that's what we needed. That they needed that, but I know what's gonna happen with him at Disney. I think the CEO said, that it probably was still R-rated.
According to Bob Iger and Kevin Feige, Deadpool was a success as it was. They're going to leave it that way.
Right, and there's been rumblings about bringing Deadpool into Spider-Man 3, also bringing in Venom in Spider-Man 3 because there's going to be a Venom 2, and
despite all of my reservations, Venom made a shit ton of money.
Right, and Tom Hardy is returning for Venom. So if they can bring Deadpool into the fold, great.
Yeah, and Kevin Feige did say that Spider-Man in a mix up with the Tom Hardy Venom was likely.
Yeah, it was likely, and I think they're going to push for that.
Yeah,
I think it's going to happen. So I'm very very hopeful that how they would introduce the X-Men in the next probably decade or so.
According to Kevin Feige, he said they are having a blast coming up with ways to introduce Fantastic Four and the X-Men, and so he said probably within the next 3 to 4 years they're going to be introducing them. I mean, in my opinion, it'll probably be sooner, but it's definitely a group of people who have a plan for the franchise to fit in their narrative, because at the end of the day, they have done a pretty good job creating a cohesive narrative for their span of movies that Fox clearly could not accomplish.
No, and I think we're going to know a lot more once we see Spider-Man Far From Home. They have 2 end credit scenes, so I think it's going to open up. It's going to give us a lot of answers and give us more questions about what's going to happen in the near future. So very excited about that. But to mess, man.
Yeah, so if I had to give the Fox X-Men a score, I would give it a C-, because they had enough good movies that it kept me excited long enough to see the bad ones.
But it's like out of 10 movies, you got 2 good ones. Oh, no, I guess X-Men alone, 2. S2 and Days of Future Past. But Deadpool that's the hope.
Right.
That's the hope for it.
I enjoy both the Deadpool, and they are part of the X-Men franchise, so I count them.
Yeah, so that's 4 then. So 14? Okay.
Yeah, so
we'll take it.
I give it a C-. All right, so our last topic for tonight: movies that are so bad that they are good. I mean, just from every standpoint, you start describing these movies to somebody, they be like, "That is shit." But if you sit and you watch it, you can enjoy it every time. So we're going to go through our list, and we're going to talk about them briefly. So what's your first movie on your list for movies that are so bad that they're good?
My first movie is the classic Frankenfish. This came out. Can you look up when it came out?
I will find out.
I think it came out like 2002, 2004. And the one of the reasons I remember this movie is the girl that was in this movie was the love interest in Friday After Next.
Yeah, 2004 was when Frankenfish came out.
And the CGI is bad.
Yeah.
The plot is just dumb. First of all, it's Frankenfish. You got these mutated fish in a swamp. First of all, why are y'all in a swamp? What's the point of being in the swamp? I don't get it, but it's one of those movies. The deaths are so stupid, it's funny. So if you put it on, I will watch it. And I had not. I think it was like one of those sci-fi movies when sci-fi came on, back in its early days.
Yeah.
So it premiered that, but you actually could buy this DVD. So if it comes on, I'm gonna watch it.
All right, first movie on my list, Demolition Man. Sylvester Stallone, Wesley Snipes.
Before the tax fraud.
Let's say, you know, a super cop and a hardened criminal both get committed for crimes, frozen, and then released into the future. And a future that is completely different from one you could imagine. It's a bad movie, but it is so fucking enjoyable.
It's a bad idea the way you just put that. But yes, I like Demolition Man. And was it Simon Phoenix? That's probably his best roles. I'm sorry, because
at least one of the roles he was having the most fun.
He had fun in that role, and you know, back around that time when I came out, 96.
Let me look up the exact time. '93.
Woo! CGI was not what it was back then. So for them to have the gadgets and, you know, the sci-fi to it and everything, it was really it was just fantastic at the time.
I'm sorry, ain't nobody even ever explained the 3 seashells. I
was thinking about that.
I wake up and have nightmares about how the hell that could work.
And the whole virtual sex thing.
Oh yeah,
which is funny because that's not a thing.
Yeah, about to say yeah. So they predicted something right about the future.
Right. It's just a weird movie, but you gotta love Demolition Man.
Yeah, it works.
It does.
It works. All right, next on your list.
Next on my list is Men at Work. So that was Emilio Estevez and Charlie Sheen before the HIV. And it's about, I don't know, were they brothers or roommates?
They might have been just roommates, but
they were roommates, and they were just like
they were garbage men.
They were garbage men, and then they would. It was some. I came up with the plot to
they discovered a dead body on one of the trash cans,
and then they were hiding it.
Yeah, it's a weird movie. I enjoy Men at Work, but it is a really weird. It's a weird premise for a movie. It's a weird movie.
It shouldn't have worked. It shouldn't have been made. It should have went. It should not went production, but somebody greenlit it because I guess both of them were really big at the time.
Yeah.
So, but it's just like the plot makes no sense, and it's like it's not even funny, but I enjoy it. I watch them like okay, because like I don't know, like you know you come across weird things when you're alone. So that sounds bad.
About a lot of things. What are you talking about?
When you got a supervision, you watch a lot of bad things, make bad choices.
Next one on my list, I mean, I said it at the beginning of our episode, but Media Man. Media Man, for all intents and purposes, is a terrible movie.
It's the first black superhero.
It's a terrible movie.
Well, I won't say first black superhero. He's probably the first black superhero in a movie.
Yeah, large motion picture.
Yes. Yeah. And then we have Blink Man.
Yeah, that was the next one. But yeah, Media Man, for all intents and purposes, is a terrible movie. But I fucking love it.
What's the game called in there? Golden Lords, Golden Tigers?
Like Golden Lords or something like that. You know, they all had the gold streak in the hair. It's so goddamn cheesy.
The villain was cheesy.
Super cheesy. And I mean, it doesn't age very well because of a lot of the stereotypes that they have in there. Yeah. But it is still a very enjoyable movie. It's fucking hilarious.
That should be rotation on BET. That really should be in rotation on BET.
Yeah, by all intents and purposes, from an outside perspective, it's a terrible movie, but it's so fucking enjoyable.
Yeah, I need it, and I want to go watch that now.
And you should. Everybody should.
Oh, you do? He used to touch the books, right, and get the powers?
Yeah, because the media gave him so he could absorb all of the knowledge that was in a book.
That's some nerdy shit.
I mean, it's message.
And I credit Robert Townsend for thinking even that as a power because, I think most people like, super strength or flight, whatever the case may be. It's like, no, I'm going to absorb the knowledge to be smarter. Message.
Exactly. And so every book that you touch, you gain all of the knowledge and the powers from the book. So, yeah, message. So, Media Man, I recommend it. I mean, some people won't enjoy it, but, it's a good movie. It is. Next on your list.
So, I have a tie. I have Double Dragon. I have Street Fighter.
Okay.
And Mortal Kombat.
All right. So Street Fighter and Mortal Kombat I can get with. Those are really bad that they're good. This is Street Fighter definitely. You got Jean-Claude Van Damme with the thickest Belgian accent being the all-American guy. What the fuck? Makes no sense.
Because he's the only one who do a flip kick.
Right.
He's the only guy you can find do a flip
And
kick.
then you got a Shakespearean actor in Raul Julia, whose biggest claim to fame is fucking
The Addams Family.
Addams Family Values, playing the most Shakespearean overdramatic acting ass in M. Bison, and it works so well.
What was M. Bison's nationality?
Who the fuck knows?
Okay. But yeah, it works. Cause
From the video games, I believe he's from Thailand, but from the movie, who the fuck knows?
he was Spanish.
With the greatest line in history, say for you, the day Bison graced your village was the most important day for your life, but for me, it was Tuesday. My favorite line in any fucking movie.
I gotta watch that again to catch that. It was a good bad movie because you had all your characters from Street Fighter in there. If you caught it enough, if you watched it closer, they would do some of their signature moves. But it was some really off casting there as well.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Like why was what's that man name that played DJ? I can't remember his name. I want to say Miguel Nunez.
I think that might be right.
Why is he playing a Jamaican kickboxer?
And his Jamaican accent was terrible.
Very much so.
He didn't do any kind of fighting.
The actor that plays Sagat was an old wrinkly dude,
Yep.
and Sagat is just diesel and 7 feet tall. Vega was pretty.
I mean, Ken was played by a Hispanic actor.
Yes, yes, he was.
They were all across the board. And said that movie's greatest claim to fame is every fucking American calls the character Ryu. Because of that movie, because they mispronounced his name.
Exactly. And what was T-Hawk. The only reason why you know it's T-Hawk because he put on face paint and a bandana. The only way you know it's T-Hawk.
So yeah, I can agree with that one. I can't agree with Double Dragon. I loved Double Dragon as a kid because I was stupid. I tried to watch that movie again a few years ago. I could not sit through it.
As a child, on payday, my dad would take me to Blockbuster, and we would rent maybe a movie or video game, whatever. And I remember when Double Dragon came out, and I saw it, and I was so excited to get it. And I went home, I watched it, and I was utterly upset because it was not good at all. But I watched it when I got older, and I'm like, oh, this is still bad. But because I like the game, I like the cartoon, I had the toys, I'm connected to it. And it's just bad. And I watch it. If it comes on there, I watch it.
Again, I liked it as a kid because it was Double Dragon. I played the games. They had the cartoon that came on that I enjoyed. I was like, yeah, Double Dragon. And then I was like, yes, Double Dragon on the big screen. Even though why Billy don't know how to fight.
You had this soft actor that was on Party of Five playing a damn fighter.
Can't fight. Didn't throw a punch or a kick.
And then who was his actor played Jimmy?
That was Mark Dacascos.
And Mark Dacascos got some bad movies. But he can fight.
He can fight. And speaking of, that's on my list. When we get to it, of another movie that's so bad that's good, that one with Mark Dacascos. So I mean, I can't agree with Double Dragon, but Mortal Kombat and Street Fighter, I'm definitely in agreement with.
Yeah, Mortal Kombat was good just because the characters, and the fights were pretty good too.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah, the fights were good. So
that Scorpion versus Johnny Cage fight is my life.
That fight's good. Liu Kang versus Reptile was decent. I like that one a lot.
Johnny Cage punching Goro in the nuts. I live for that day.
And his CGI was so terrible when he fell off the cliff.
Oh yeah, when he fell. I mean, because the actual Goro was an animatronic.
Oh okay.
Yeah, but yeah, when they made him fall off the cliff, that was bad. I mean, a lot of the CGI was bad.
Is in Mortal Kombat and was it Armageddon?
Annihilation.
They were just.
Yeah, they were throwing anything at the wall and hoping that it would stick.
They were throwing characters coming in left and right, like the Cyrax and Jack's fight. Bad. Where Cyrax came from, I still know to this day.
Fucking the Jax versus Montaro fight. Bad. The Jax versus Random Monster fight. Bad.
The thing about it though, they put Jax in such a bad light. I never played him in the games. I'm like, this nigga can't fight. I seen him in the movies. He can't fight for shit. Why am I fighting him now in the game?
Oh yeah, so yeah, no. Annihilation, no go for me. No bueno. I didn't even like that when I was younger. But the original Mortal Kombat, yes.
Yeah, and they gonna reboot it apparently. So hopefully that gets some due justice. That little series.
The YouTube series was actually really good.
It was good, yeah. Michael J. White in there.
All right, so next one on my list, Mark Dacascos, Kadeem Hardison, Drive.
Y'all have to YouTube this.
Watch the movie. It is the greatest piece of cinema ever.
Y'all gotta watch this.
It is so dumb. The premise is so stupid. Like, they're making super soldiers with like advanced heart engines in them. Mark Dacascos is a super soldier. The action is great. Kadeem Hardison is funny. The movie is so dumb though. So dumb. And I love it. I will watch that movie every day until I die.
I remember I used to go to my grandmother's house when school was out, and USA would like play all these movies. Like they knew like school was out, so like, it's a marathon of all these movies and everything. And Drive came on, and I could not turn the channel. I couldn't get away from this. I'm like, what is this going on? And it's up there with it reminds me a lot. It takes me back to a lot of memories of my grandma's house. But it was like I couldn't turn for nothing. I didn't want to eat. I didn't want to take a nap. I wanted to watch this movie till it was done.
It's such a great movie. I love it so damn much.
Your last one.
Okay, so my last one, I'm gonna throw this on Masters of the Universe. Goddamn He-Man with Dolph Lundgren.
Oh, Dolph Lundgren, you had a great career.
So Masters of the Universe, that's my last So Bad It's Good.
Yeah, I don't think I'm thinking about that damn line. They were in that damn drive-through for KFC.
Yep.
And Skeletor was not Skeletor. That was just a wrinkly old red skull. A pale red skull.
Hey, they tried their best. The whole premise of the movie is dumb.
It very much so is.
Spinning MacGuffin. I can't even remember what they called it.
Was it called a MacGuffin?
It might as well have been.
It was something stupid.
Yeah, it's such a bad movie, but I don't know why I enjoy it to this day. I can still sit and watch that movie.
It's hard. That's hard to watch. I think it's on Netflix, and I try to get through it.
Oh, it's definitely hard to watch.
It's hard.
I still enjoy it, even though it is definitely hard to watch.
Oh my goodness, that makes me think of The Punisher with him in it.
Oh yeah, that was bad. That was horrible.
I like that one though. But I can't tell you why I liked it. I think because of the fact it was a Marvel character and it was a really gritty spin on it. But it was bad. You could just tell it was bad.
Yeah, it exuded all.
When you watch it, you're like, oh, this is not going to be good.
All of the tenets of a bad movie.
But bad movies are good, though, because it helps us pass time.
Hey, you know what? And before we go, I got one last movie to mention. This is a throwback to our terrible movie Thursdays that we used to do with you, I, and our other friend Anthony. Soul Vengeance.
Yo, throw it back.
Said if you don't know Soul Vengeance, you got to look it up. I thank you, Mr. Adam, for having that movie so that we were able to watch and enjoy it in all of its terrible, terrible nature. So Soul Vengeance is a 70s blaxploitation movie about a man who gets unjustly convicted, thrown in prison, and his penis mutilated. So for some odd reason, he gets mysterious penis powers after he comes out of jail, and he can hypnotize white women and strangle white men with his big black dick. Fist in the air.
Power to the people.
I can't remember the director's name. It's a black guy. He had an African name. I don't know what the message he was trying to convey with Soul Vengeance, but apparently it is all white women want black penis and all black dicks can strangle people.
I think he had a vendetta against some white people. From the sounds of this movie, some white people pissed him off. He said, I'm going to take it out artistically.
Right.
I'm going to make a movie
where I fuck your white women and choke you with my dick. It's so great.
If you would not believe it, but I seen it.
I mean, yeah, you were with us on terrible Thursdays.
What's up, Anthony?
Hello, sir. Thank you, Mr. Adam, for having the movie, and thank you, Anthony, for introducing it to us.
Mr. Adam had a bunch of bad movies. Like they must have been on sale. Because DVDs was not cheap back then.
Right, and he had a ton of them. And that was one of them. And that is the one movie that stick with me. That's going to be on my list of top 10 movies that I enjoy when I die. Right
So-
before I die, I'm gonna watch Soul Vengeance.
Yeah, we need to bring Terrible Movie Thursday back, and we got rehash Soul Vengeance again as adults. Because there gotta be some messages here that we can use today in society. White men, watch out.
White men, watch out. Said my extendo growing penis will strangle you. All right,
Show me to the man.
so that's our show. Said I hope you enjoyed it. I mean, if you have any terrible movies that you enjoyed, leave them in the comments section. I'll definitely check them out, and we can discuss it at a later date. It said, and as always, you can hit us up on Gmail, watch us on YouTube, listen to us on SoundCloud, on iTunes, on Google Play Music, all of those places you get your podcasts. We there. We are here to save you and your franchise from destruction.
Hire us. I need a check.
Said that's it, everybody. Peace out.
Peace.